Hello, YouTube coin community. Do we have anybody out there on this 9:30 p.m. on a Saturday? Floor, you check and see if I'm streaming? Can you hear it good? Oh, okay. That's fine. I just didn't know how, because the last time I looked at the last chat, I seen that it was. Oh, who's live? I didn't know anybody else was live. When I just got through looking, I didn't see nobody, but maybe I made a mistake. Who's live? If I have to, I'll get off. I don't know those two, so I'm not worried a whole lot about it. Let me see here. Stream health says no dying. Okay, says that my stream's good, so I should be fine. Is there anybody out there? Hello, Mike. How are you? I just wanted to get on, show a few people. You ain't gonna believe what I found. Well, actually, my thumbnail should give a hint. I went to my local coin store today and found a few little goodies that I wanted to take and show off. One of them actually is the first time I've ever found this particular variety, and I thought I'd take and show it off to some people. I took in, I don't know, Mike, you like, well, I found, let's see, what was it, one error, and then I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 varieties. Then I found, I don't know, I'm not certain if it was you, Mike, who enjoyed the Indians, but I found two, what I call, it's a shame, buried Indians, 1875. You can see a whole bunch of stuff. Hello, Cesardo Calabria. I assume that means you're from Argentina. I don't know if you can understand English, but I sure am not real good with, I would say Argentina. Isn't Argentina Spanish? I think. I don't know. But welcome to the show. Oh, you like the Indians, Mike? Well, these two Indians are 1875, and these things you can take and you can see all of Liberty, but man, they are just dark. They're, like I say, you can tell they were buried. Both of them were 1875 though, so. Oh, that's right. I forgot I found two errors. One is a 1907 Indian. Let's see. I'll see if I can't show you that 07 Indian. I'll tell you what, you talk about a lamination error, but that's what it is. I'll show you what the lamination error is here. I don't mind taking and just doing a private screening. Look at that thing. Goes all the way up through the face, comes down. I think that one is distorted from the lamination, just to let you know. Yeah, I'll show you those others. So, other than that, this is a pretty nice Indian. I mean, as far as the grade wise goes, I mean, it's not that, it's a, well, I'm frozen, Mike, I got a green stream here. Flora, am I froze over there with you? Or you stopped watching? Oh, okay. Mike, my wife says I'm not froze. You might want to refresh your page. But that was one of them I found. And I'll show you one of the other Indians if you are still available. They're Full Liberty. And in 1875. I think it was buried. Oh, cool. Look at all that Liberty on that thing. Now, this here's one. I'm about to show you the other one. Now, I'm assuming the way you're going to be able to tell the difference is I think that's a scratch right there. So I'll take and put the second one on that well, I can put it right beside of it. Full Liberty again. Like I said, I found them side by side. Hello, Carolyn Paul's collecting, I'm sorry. Welcome to our show. I was just showing off a few of my finds that I got today from the local coin store. These here, I just picked them up. I mean, just because I know there's some people that like Indians. And I thought, man, these have Full Liberty, 1875, even though they're dark. I mean, but they're both 75s and they both had Full Liberty. So I figured I'd show those off. I found those. Let's see here. Let's see. Well, Carolina, just because I don't know if you've seen it, there's a lamination error I picked up. And like I was telling Mike, I think the one is a mistake strictly from the lamination. So that was probably a peel at one time, and somebody must have peeled it off. That's what it looks like to me. But the other error I found, let's see here. Now this one here is a little bit, sad part is it's on a nice coin. But right here, it's a strike through right at the rim. Mike, I believe they have been in the ground when they are dark like that. That's what I believe it is, and somebody dug them up. They probably just was lost when they were in new condition and in the ground for all those years. Gives it that dark appearance like that. That's what I've been told, and that's what I believe. Now, like I say, this here is strictly a strike through right in here. A very, very nice one, but that's all there is to it. It's a 23. Other than that, it's in pretty good shape, and I don't know if any other, I don't know what that is in front of the neck there, if that's a die clash right here. This is the first time I've even looked at it close. So, I never looked at it for any of the other problems it might have, but I wasn't taking in. I just got it strictly from the strike, or for the strike through. Yeah, I see a few things that look like it could be due to a die clash. Hey, that's okay, Lincoln. I didn't even know that Antique Coins was on. I'm just sitting here, I was just sitting here going over a few of my finds from from what I got at the local coin store. I really wasn't planning. I was just going to answer a few questions maybe, but I won't be on long. I didn't know Mantic was on. I may come over there in a few minutes and join you after I get through showing some of these off. Let's see. I took and when I went to the coin store today, I was talking to the coin dealer, and we looked through the scrap silver. We always do that first thing. And I had taken, and yeah, go ahead, Lincoln. That'll be cool. Don't worry about it. We're not doing nothing tonight. But I took it and I was at his shop, and I was going through, like I say, at this store I hadn't went through any of the scrap silver lately, so I went through it, and when I did, I was done with that, and I asked him if I could look through the Morgans, and he took and he told me, he said, you know, I look at these Morgans a lot closer here. He said, the one that you found down there, the O over CC, he said, Mike probably missed it. He said, you'll probably not, or he said, you won't find any of those here. And I took and I said, that's okay. I said, I still like to go ahead and go through them and look at them. And he said, okay. First coin, I swear to God, first coin I picked up, Florida, she's right there. She can attest to it. First coin I picked up. Now I'm putting it on sideways so you can see it, because I've already played with this camera and it was hard to tell. But right here you can see it goes up into here, and you got it part of it down here too. And I think you see a little bit of it over here. But needless to say, the first coin I picked up was an O over CC. And I'm like, dude, you really might need to take and go to the optometrist. But while I've got that there, I'll show you what else I found. Yeah, so I've got another O over CC that we're going to be auctioning off. Now, I took and I picked this up in the piece dollar. Just for y'all to know, 1934. It's a D. But what's a little bit different about this one, looky there, guys. This is only supposed to have one of these rays here. The bigger, fatter one's the one it's supposed to have. All these here are extra. They're double die. This is the double die piece dollar. I'll try and pull back a little bit to give you a better appearance. This is one of those double dies I tell a lot of people. It's so strong, people think this is what it's supposed to look like. It's not. I've got another piece dollar I can show you. But that's the appearance of it. It's a strong double die, Carolyn. Like I say, I just picked this up today. Now, you usually see it on Wii. You can see it there on, yeah, Mike, the separated double like that. The 1946 Walking Liberty with the double die reverse, even though it's got a complete separate paw, a lot of people mess that up and think it's in the design because the doubling's so strong. Now, this in here, you can actually see a little bit on the Wii. But as you know, the wow factor right here, that's what it is. It's just those right there. I mean, I love this variety. Now, the clear mint mark is the scarce one. But, I mean, I can't hit 100% all the time. This is the filled mint mark. So, hello, Ann. How are you? Welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by. But the D's are filled, so this in here is the more common one, even though it's still, you can get a nice premium out of it. Now, I took and I was playing with now I may have to take this out. Let me see here. This is a 1921, and somebody's cleaned it up, which I think is ridiculous. I may try and put it in a pocket change, lose a grade, and get rid of that cleaning. However, this variety, a lot of people are not aware of it. And let's see if I can get it to show up a little nicer here. It's hard to tell on this here with me having it the way it is, but this here ray goes over top of the L. Whereas here you can see it clearly goes under it. You can see a little bit here from this, but I mean it goes completely across it. It's just the mint. But this is a nice VAM that is extremely... This is the first one I've ever found of this particular VAM. Caroline, yeah, it does, but you know what? Somebody cleaned it, and I found out sometimes you can take and lose a little bit on your grade, stick it in your pocket, and let it wear normally, and you will absolutely get rid of the cleaning. Now, this is an AU coin. A lot of people, I don't know if you know much about the 21 piece, but this here was weakly struck. I think I could keep it into an AU condition, even letting it wear. But now see here what I was trying to show you is, well, this one here is in the Cherry Picker's Guide, Mike, if you're talking about the variety. Here you can see it comes all the way on the outside. That's the variety, and I assure you that is a good variety. Let's see, I showed you that one. Okay. Let's move on to another one I'll show you. Again, I don't know how this will show up. Let me see. This, I may have to get a little closer for this one for you. And I hope that the, because they don't know any better color line, that would be the only thing I can think of. I want to try and get this a little bit, this one's a little bit tougher to see on this. I can see these, you know, people I take, and I say this all the time. Let's see here. This one, you can actually see it, but you can't see it as well as you can in person. Right here, you can see the doubling on it, is extra notching and such. But this here has got doubling down here. It's got it on in guide. It's just this does not show it that well. Again, it's one of those things that I think is strictly because of the. I think it's just because of these cameras, and I'm not real happy about those. You know, these microscope cameras, whatever. This, I want to see. I hope we can see this. This is a 45S. That bum ain't gonna show us that good. Let me see if I can move it. This is the RPM 1, if I can get it to show. And the problem is, I don't know that I'll be able to. Well, here you can see it, part of it. I don't know if you can see it over there, but right here's part of it. It actually goes across the top as well. Again, in hand, you can see it. Sometimes if I turn them upside down, you can see them. And this is not going to be one of those times. I'm trying to get those shadows to work with me. See, now, like this here part of the shadow, you can see the inner part of the S, but it comes up across here. And the problem is, I'm trying to move it to get it to where you might be able to see it. I'll get a photograph of this here before I try to sell it. I know my other camera will pick it up. This is the best I can get you a view of it right here. And all you get to see is this. You just don't get to see the wow that I get to see, which is a shame. Let's see here. What is that? Okay. Ta-da! Yep, that was it, guys. Those were the items that I took and I found. I'll get, like I say, I'll get better pictures of that, because that's a beautiful coin, 45S Unk. I took and I picked up a couple of coins for the auction mic. 32S, picked up one of those, and picked up, hold on, a lower grade 32D for people just starting out. We'll take and we'll try and help them. Those are pretty cool finds. Like I said, I love the piece dollar, and of course the O over CC. That's a very popular variety. We won't have no problem selling it. It'll be gone in no time. If there's a couple of other people on here, I would be able to sell it here right now. It'd be just go real quick, because it's not a real expensive variety, that one there. I have to take and grade it and then look and see what the price of it would be as far as for selling it. That 21, I wonder, did he even price that? No, he didn't. So, I don't remember what price I paid for it, so. Thank you, let's see, the End or Dude. The Evender Dude. I like the name. That's pretty cool. But let's see here. Oh, has he? I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know that. I didn't. I seen he did a a video early this morning. And I'm like, man, that's not like Lemon to do that. So I hope he feels better. I'm sorry to hear that about him. In fact, me and Kim Peavy was talking about him last night, about him taking and actually doing a wonderful job on his auctions. So, but those are the only finds I had. I did take and oh, hey, I got something for you. I need to find out some information, but check this out. Now, what are they, you ask? They are a complete set of the 2009 pre-graded. Let's see, whoops, wrong way. These are all 65 or better. They've been sealed. This is all sealed up, tight as a drum. I took in which one? I think it might have been this one. Let me look. Oops. Yeah, I think these here are going to have some of the double fingers in them. But it's got what, 2, 4, 6, 8 rolls, and every one of them say MS65 or better. Oh, that's cool. On Tuesday nights, that'd be great. So I've got to locate this here. Like I say, it's like a box set. I got to figure out a price for these, and man, whoever buys these, they got to pay for the shipping. That's going to have to go flat rate. But I thought it was pretty cool. And then I got this set. Now this here set is sealed as well. I don't know if this is this one I don't get. I don't know if these came from the mint. I mean, there's a seal on them. Let's see. Can you see? Yeah, can you see that seal? There's a seal on them. I have no idea. So I don't know. I don't like it because these are a little looser. But I got those. Let's see, what else did I have in here? Ooh, hey, Mike. Oh, that's cool, Mike. I got some Indians. I got a couple rolls of Indians. Caroline, I don't have any pictures on my wall of errors. Those are all varieties. It's a common mistake, and that's okay. I just thought I'd let you know. Those are considered varieties because those are double dyes, repunched mint marks, over mint marks, things like that. Let's see, and Mike, besides the Indians, I got Buffaloes, and I got V-Nickels. I want some Satan Indians. What are Satan Indians? What's that? I'm lost. You're telling me something I don't know nothing about. Does the Indians have horns or something? Oh, and as usual, I got this to go through. I'm glad I could help you. Oh, the Satin 2000. Okay. The Satin 2009. Okay, so I think you was wanting to. Okay, I see how I got you excited. You want some Satins and you want some Indians. Or at least that's how I'm portraying it. No, Carolyn, please don't be sorry about it. Like I said, I took them for the first 10 years. I called them errors, to be honest with you, until I had a OCD collector chastise me about it, and he sort of embarrassed me. So I think I learned it from there. I don't know how many wheats are in that bag. I took and I strictly had we just dumped them out. They were new purchases of his, and I get to look through all of them. I've taken and I've got a ton of them somebody took, and somebody's been on my eBay. They took, and they've got 22 items of the stuff that I find in that. They've bid on them. So I guess somebody took, and somebody was asking my eBay address on, I think it was Ken Peavy's website at his show. And I think I talked to him about some two feather varieties, and they went over there and he bid on 2 of my 2 feather varieties. So let's see, I love V-Nickels and have an almost complete Dansko album of V-Nickels. Caroline, that's cool. I sold 2 of the 85s this year. I don't have any in stock right now, but that's the one most people need. But I do get them, and I don't know what's in those rolls. He just gave them to me, so I have no clue. Oh, Mike, I'm taking it. I hit the nail right on the head on that. So, one other thing I got from him. Now, this is going to be a fun one. And I'm not certain. I'm certain I know what this is. But I'm going to show this to you. And I don't know how it's going to show up. But, check this out. 1911. Guys, you're not seeing a mistake on the color. This thing is silver in color. Both sides. And I think somebody played with it. I'm not certain how they coded it or what, but, and I'd have to look up and see if there was any foreign countries in 1911 that we was doing, that we were striking coins for, to see if that possibly could be a foreign dye variety. But it just looks too nice. I can't find no wear. I mean, I find wear, but I don't see no copper under it. Whoever did it did a nice job, but I think it was played with. I agree, it doesn't look plated because there's so much details, but I weighed it and it weighs I want to say it might weigh 3.12 grams or 3.2 grams. I know it's a little heavy, so that's what makes me really feel it has been plated. And, you know, I assume they can plate them pretty darn thin. So, I don't know. That was just my thoughts. Let's see here. I've got rolls and rolls and rolls. That's another thing I got besides that bag of wheat pennies. I've got a ton of, well, I've got about $10 to $20 in rolls I got to go through. When I get done, all those rolls, they come out of the, I literally take them out of these here. This gets thrown away. I go through them. And then I put the pennies back in a bag. It doesn't look plated to me. Maybe it just doesn't show on camera. That's a nice. The condition of it, Caroline, is extremely nice for 1911. But like I said, my first thought when I seen it was plated, because I can't think of any foreign coin that we did back then that would look like that, because it's not silver, so it wouldn't be a dime. I'm going by gut on it. I'll have to check it out a little closer, but I think it's been plated. That's my personal opinion of it. I mean, I've seen, in fact, I've got one, I think it's still on auction. I don't think nobody bought it. A dime, a silver dime, and, well, a penny struck on a silver dime planchet, so. Really? Mike, what year was it, if I can ask? I mean, that's a heck of a find to go through 2 rolls and find a DDO DDR. The only DDO DDR I know in that series is 1963. And I believe it's the FS102. I have an AU 1909 VDB penny. I just sold a couple of them last night, Carolyn. Those are nice to hold on to. Did you look for the double die on it? You got 2 different double die, or actually there's more than 2. There's about 8 different double dies you got to look for. They've got them both double die obverse and reverse. I've got the list. 1970 DD. Oh, okay. No, wait. You found a 70 DDR. I'm taking it then you had one DDO and one DDR. I get it. I was thinking DDO, DDR on the same coin. 87 DDO. Wow, the 87 DDO? That's an awesome find. It seems to me I heard something about that one. I think I've seen a picture of it. I think. I'm not going to swear to that one yet, but I think I've seen a picture of that. I don't see any doubling on it. On it being, I'm lost, Carolyn. Are you talking the 87 or the, well, it would be the 87. Well, no, 87 or 70. I'm lost on that one, on that comment. List of mint coins for countries. Oh, I've got a book on them, Mike. Uh-oh. Better throw it on the charger, Caroline, or you're going to be going blip, and it'll be gone. Yeah, I'm not staying on here a whole long time, guys. I just wanted to show those off. I think I'm going to go play around and go sneak in and just watch a few other videos out there, see how they're doing. Oh, about the 09 VDB. Well, like I say, it's on the obverse, the reverse, there's markers, so there's a lot of information out there on them. But it could just be a plain one. I sold a couple last night, or the night before, a few nights ago, and they were just plain, so that's cool. However, guys, I'm not hanging on here long. I gotta take it tomorrow. I'm supposed to help a friend. I've got to take it and help him put a food disposal in his mother's house. And he's a friend of mine, so I'm going to give him a hand with that. So I got to get my buns up early in the morning. But, okay, it was fun for a minute, and I guess everybody else, you got to watch the rerun if you want to see what I found. I know there's going to be one person that's going to take one look at it, because you're going to see that, they're going to see that O over CC I've got for my thumbnail, and they're going to be interested. Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree, Mike. The disposals are easy. I've done 1,000,001. Well, thank Caroline for taking and stopping by. I appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Friday, I usually do auctions. Now, I may do it on CoinOp, Caroline, just so to let you know. Hello, Joe Durbin. Did you get your package? I was about to jump off of here. Now that I see Joe Durbin's in the house, I'll talk to you for a second. See what's happening, my friend. Awesome. I'm glad you got it. I don't know. Wow, that was quick, actually. I think we just mailed that. It seems like it was just yesterday we mailed it. That's okay, Stephen. It's no problem. I was just showing off some of the finds that I had taken and got at my local coin store today. So, Joe, I'm hoping you enjoyed your package that you got, my friend. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope Florida packaged it up good. If not, blame her. In fact, you know what, Joe? I know. Wasn't that today we mailed that, Flor? Yeah, you ain't got your package for me. Huh? Let's see. Hi, Joe Biden. Yeah. Oh, did you, Mike? Awesome. I'm glad you like that one. I really am. I thought it was a cool token. I like those tokens that's got shapes to them. Even though I'm not really a token collector, but there's certain ones I do take and I do collect. Hello, Steven. I think I thought I said hi to you already. But yeah, they are cool. I've got some others. I gotta remember what they are. I've got a few others, Mike, I might get out. I know. I can read. Joe, you must have gotten your package from the last auction. That's what I'm thinking. because we just shipped out a package today. I was worried about it because I had taken, and it was 1.05, 1 pound, 5 ounces, and I took it up there because the most I could get online was 15.9 ounces, and they took in the lady at the post office. She said, yeah, that'll be fine. I said, hey, I can pay the difference. She's like, no, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Mike, you take care, and if you enjoy it, it ain't too much. Well, you know what, Joe, the sad part is? I don't even remember what I sent you the first time. Is that bad of me? We take and package up so much stuff. I don't remember what you got the first time. Take care, though, Mike. Yeah. So, let's see. I'm trying to remember what you got the first time, Joe. Well, either way, your second package got out today, just to let you know. And you should be getting it in probably Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm thinking. See you, Caroline. Thanks for stopping by. And again, thanks for subscribing. I hope to see you in some of our auctions coming up. We'll be getting them pretty soon. Yeah, the impromptu auction is the one that I just mailed out today. So you got it from last Friday's. Okay, that's right. You got it from the coin-op auction I did. So that's good. I'm glad you got that. Again, I still don't remember what you bought, but I know that was a fun auction. I got a list of it in the other room. I just don't have it in front of me where I can look and see what you got. So it's not a biggie. Oh, Joe, I'm trying to remember, Joe, what all you like. I want to show you this one of the finds I got at my local coin store. Only because it's one of the really, really strong ones. Give me a second here. I get it focused in, I think. Yeah. It's the piece dollar, but it's the 34D with the nice doubled tiara. Oh, okay. Okay, Joe. But this one here, I'm taking, this one will be going up for sale. It's a nice strong one, so I think it will be fun. And Joe, what I was telling everyone else, now this is a little bit harder to see, but I took in at the coin shop I went to, dealer told me he looks for all the O over CCs, the first absolute first coin. I don't know if this is going to show. Yeah, there you. Hey, that shows a little bit better far away. But the absolute first coin I picked up, here's another O over CC. Now I can get a little closer and you can see it down here, but this right here part goes away. But I took and I found that the absolute first coin I picked up, and I told him, I said, you need to go to the optometrist. I said, because this one here is an O over CC. He says, no way. And like I say, Floralina's right there, and I took and I told him, I said, she can be my witness, but I flipped it over to him because it's a raw coin. It was in his, he about sold this as just a regular old 1900 O. Probably he was going to sell it for $20, $25. I don't know what he sells them for, but so I picked this in here. I don't even remember what we paid on it, but we took and we'll be getting it on an auction coming up. So it's not a high grade or as high of a grade as the last one. I think this is only going to be a VF. Oh, it was hilarious. You should have seen it. Because I told him, I said, dude, you're not going to live that one down for a while. But see, you can see it's not the best of grades, but it's still such a popular variety. I'm not worried about it selling. So yeah, it was pretty funny. We took and we laughed about it. So yeah, that's going to be one, like I say, first one. Absolute first coin that we picked up. And then I went through and I found that piece dollar. Found a few other. A 28S AU double dioverse. I found the 21. Jeff's got him a. You know what? I think this is a. How many? Man, this might be the third one I've had in the last month or so. I think he got 2 of them, but you're right. He may pick up on it. Better be careful. He might be out there watching. If he does anything like me, I'll sit around, just watch the chat and watch a video, and I won't say nothing. So I have a feeling he's going to be interested. Maybe, I think he's going to be interested. See, now I've got a 21 that's an AU that was cleaned. Yeah, he bought the last one. But it's a 21 piece that was cleaned. But this has got the nice variety with the ray going over top of the L. And I think I'm going to put it, I honestly think I'm going to put it in my pocket and wear it down just a little bit. Hello, Bill. How are you this evening? Man, I wasn't planning on staying on that. Yeah, I think if I knock off a grade, I would rather sell. I think I can stay in the AU. It might just be, instead of it being an AU 58, I'm liable to knock it down to an AU 55, but it'll be good. It won't be cleaned. And I think that one, for that particular variety, and I was telling people that's the first time I've ever found that variety in my entire life. And that's saying a lot, because I've looked at a lot of 1921 piece dollars. I mean, I've owned several of them. I usually buy them because a lot of people, in fact, he's got on it AU cleaned, and I think this here, honestly, I think it's an uncirculated coin that's been cleaned. I know the high reliefs they took and they a lot of people undergrade them. So yeah, I mean, this is one I think it's a perfect candidate for it. And if I do go into the AU grade, excuse me, even if it goes into the AU grade, I think that variety will absolutely make the difference up. So I'm real happy with that find. That one's the one I was most excited about. Let's see, I found a 45S, nice uncirculated, Walking Liberty with the RPM 1. Found a nice 1923. It's a uncirculated coin, but it's got a strike through right on the rim. Joe, I think they are hard to find. But then I took and I got a 32D and a 32S. Ooh, Joe, you're the one getting all those quarters. I got a 32D and a 32S. Lower grade, but I figured a newbie's going to need it for a set. They're a little lower grades, and I consider them to be affordable. I think the 32D probably going to go for, I would say, probably $60. And then the 32S, it might be a little bit better. It's probably going to go for $75 to $80, probably $80, because, I mean, I don't know if you can see it or not, but, oops, there. There's your 32S. And here, like I say, they're lower grades, but I figured they'd be good for starter sets. This and here, they're the keys, Now, the 32S, the reason it's a little more expensive, it's got full rims. I don't know if I can show you that. I'd show you on the, I would show you on, a little better. But that's what I'm looking at, so just so that you know that. They'll be going up at an auction. That, along with, I don't know if I had told, or if he was around when I told the other people, I've gotten the, what happened? Oh, I had taken and gotten I got a couple rolls of Indian head pennies, a couple rolls of Buffalo nickels, and a couple of rolls of V nickels, and I'm just going to sell them by the roll and see if people are interested in them. I mean, did you see I don't know if you got the set or if that was, I think it was Mike that said he's got the set. I took and I had picked up this set. It's the complete 2009 set that they're all sealed. These packs are sealed, and they're from Anax. Let's see here. So, well, these rolls, I figure, since they're all pre-graded at 65 or better, I mean a complete roll set. The one I got an opportunity to look at on the formative years sort of looks like it. I have a feeling there's going to be some double dies in it. I'm just not going to open them up and search them. So, does anybody know how much that set goes for? I mean, I don't know how many sets are out there like that. I mean, I'll do my research and I'll find out, but I just have no idea. Well, Joe, we might have an auction. I just got to get an idea of the pricing of them. Now, does anybody know about this? What the heck? Here. These are sealed. Whoops. Are these from the mint or what? But this here, again, this is the formative, or yeah, these are all formative years. Well, they're the complete set, but they're in this kind of a tube. Trying to get it where you can see them. So, and again, I have no idea on the value of those. I gotta look them up. So I've got to try and locate some pricing for those things and just see what they sell for. Who knows? Anybody here watching like foreign coins? Just out of curiosity. Don't be quiet now on me. Floor, do we have any real pretty foreign coins laying around? Do we have any pretty foreign coins laying around?
What kind of foreign coins?
Something silver. I get a lot of foreign that I'm asked to sell, and I thought I'd take and see if anybody. Oh, that's okay, Joe. I'm slow, period. Oh, okay. Ooh, where is Jeff W? Because you know what he showed me. I thought we sold that stupid thing.
Huh?
I thought we sold that.
Show? No, we got
Oh,
one.
okay, okay.
The other one is sold. I don't know what's this.
I need Jeff W here. He showed me and Floor some beautiful foreign that he's got. Hard to show good or show the form. That's what I think most people are interested. Hello, Logan. How are you? Let's see here. Here's one that's bad to the bone. It's hard to see. That's not going to help. That's going to make it worse. That's the Canadian $20, and it's Powered Flight in Canada. But it's this one here has got some gold right there. That's layered with gold. Oh, hon, that's enough. That's plenty what you already given me. Yeah. I just wanted to give an example of what we have. But I also like the box it comes in. I think it's pretty cool. That, and then it's got another box. So, it's got all those little fingers. Okay. What's these?
I think France.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know what this is. Yeah, I agree with you. Whoops. That's okay. It's in hard plastic, so I don't care. Some kind of French coin. I think this is a remake. Either that or they just really do some crappy work. Boy, it's hard to see those. But either way, I'm just wondering, see, that's what I was saying, Joe. I don't know if anybody even likes foreign stop in on my groups. And if they do, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine too. Was that the 8-roll 2009 Lincolns? Yeah, no kidding, Joe. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, that's a good question because this one here has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 rolls here. And this one has 2, 4, 6. This one has the 8 rolls in it, Bill. The other one has 12, and I have no idea what that's all about. Let's see, what is that all about? Oh, let's see. What? Problem is, I'm going to have to open this package to see. Because I think it's got the 2009, the 8-year set here. I see 2 of these are 2010. But what would be the purpose? I can't see what the other one is. I see 2 here that says 2010. Yeah, the other set, the ANEX set, is the 8-roll set, yes. And it says on it, all of them are MS65 or better. If that helps you. Yeah, and Joe, you said you don't like the Canadian. I'm sorry, but here's another one. This one comes in a pretty little, a nice pretty little wooden box. If I drop it again, it's plastic, so, but this is painted. $20. And of course, you got the queen on the other side. Actually, that's pretty cool painting. Some butthead don't know how to put them in. So there. Real pretty little box though. I need to find me some foreign buyers. Either that or I'll just keep putting them on eBay. It don't matter to me. Is that a bigger one? Ooh, where's our one?
I mean the blue one.
No, I was thinking about the other. Now, y'all ain't gonna like this, but this is Falkland Islands. It is in plastic, so don't worry about that. Big piece of plastic here. Big piece of silver. It's 4.5 ounces of silver. Let's see here. 8 rolls of graded 400 should be your lowest price to start. Really, Bill? Okay. What's this in here now? Oh, okay. Oh, Bill, thank you very much for that information. He says that 8-roll set 400. Yes, you're right about that. Yeah, I see that. Oh well, paper's in there. What is this one? Oh, here we go, yeah. This is, what Olympic? Yeah, this here's the Sydney Olympics. Where are you, Jeff W? Come here and bring me your wallet. Just kidding. That's a pretty one there. But again, you got the queen on the other side. But that's Australia. And that's a $5 one. So see, I got foreign stuff nicer foreign stuff. Let's see, and this in here, this will be the last one I'll bore you with. This here, which I would think almost anybody would want this when I seen it. I thought about keeping it myself. It's the Diane. Yeah, Princess Diana with Butthead. And of course it's got that. But that's the it was an 81 mini, so I'm not certain if that was for the wedding or what, or just recognition of her being Princess Diane. So it's cool. Royal silver. Yeah, I just hope he takes the joke the way I meant it to be. What? Oh, we got a German one? Let me see. My wife keeps bringing out new stuff now. Okay, you can stop actually. Oh, now you know what? I do know that this in here is a little bit more scarce. Believe it or not. This is from Germany, okay? But this, believe it or not, this has got a low mintage and it's quite scarce. Try and get it down here now. It's hard to show, but and I can't. I'm trying to keep it off to the side where the light don't get it. However, I think I seen that one online, and it goes for, I think it starts out at about $60 or $80 for that little one. Maybe it was 180. I could be wrong. We look at so many of them, it's hard to say. Okay, you got those out of here. Oh, here, you forgot this one, Poland. I think it's Poland. Okay, Olympic skier Pulaski or Post. I don't know. Oh, you bought that? Yeah. Okay. But yeah, they're neat. I mean, I've seen some beautiful ones. I got one gold coin from them. I need to really get it graded because this gold coin is absolutely flawless. Well, thank you, Joe. That's just part of stuff that we've gotten throughout the years that we need to get gone so we can get room for new stuff. Because I keep finding, as you just seen on a few of those varieties I showed you, I keep finding new stuff. At the impromptu, I never even got to show you guys. Square hold, large, or no, this half cent? No, large cent, I'm sorry. 1847, but it's got a nice square hole in it. Let's see here. See there? Peekaboo. Bill, I got this here to do. That's homework. I'll put it to you this way. I probably have about $100 face worth of coins to go through. I took in, before I got online here, I went through about 10 of these already. When I get off, I'll probably go through another, probably another 10 or 20. I got those square hole 2 centers. Okay, yeah, Joe. You know, now, just remember, those were construed back in the 1800s. It was considered good luck for them to take and nail them. Sometimes it would be over the fireplace. Other people would put them over the front door. But it's well documented, and I mean, it's basically a folk art or a what would you call that? I guess it was mainly where they took in superstition, but they took, yeah, good luck. They were construed as being good luck, and so I mean, it's sort of a, you know, I like to think of them as a folklore, whatever you'd want to call that. But they used to consider it good luck, and so, but they're cool, and I know on eBay they sell pretty strong. I can tell you that. I took, and that was one of the things, like I say, the last auction I never got a chance to. I got 2 of them. This one here. Now I don't know if the 2 centers you had them or not, but this one here has 2 holes. I guess they was afraid the thing's gonna fall down. Again, it's a large cent, so I don't know if they just wanted to. Well, here. I don't know if they wanted to make certain that sucker didn't come off or what. Okay, yeah, that's. Thank you, Mike. See, Joe, that's why we can't talk about Mike. He's like me. He'll troll around and just listen to you talk. I'm just joking, Mike. But they are cool. I like them too, to be honest. I might keep that double hold one. It's a 54, so it's a common date. I don't know. I'm gonna keep one of them. I might keep one of each actually. One of the 2 horror and one of the 1. Now, how would they do that, Mike? I haven't heard about that part. That's the one beautiful thing about the hobby. If we share our information, we get to take and we get to know a little bit. How would they mark them? What would they do? Heat them up? Joe, I usually save. I tend to try and save. I'll put it to you this way: I upgrade my. Since I've become a dealer, I upgrade my private and sell mine down the road, and so a lot of what you see is my doubles that I'm selling. That's cool, Mike. That'd be real cool. 5 holes. Wow. Okay, they made them wear them. That's interesting. Well, you know what? I wonder if that's what that 2 hole was for then, because it. You know what? They were made with square holes. I can tell, or with the square nail. It looks like it was square something, but they did it multiple times on the 1 hole here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see here. Let's see if I can steady it. But these were not. I mean, these were old. So I wonder if that would have been something for them to do it. That would be cool, Mike. I'd like to see that. Because, I didn't even know about the square hole ones until maybe about 2 years ago or 3. The coin dealer, I want to do a interview with my local coin dealer, Brad Karloff. He was dealer of the year with the ANA, which is actually a big deal a few years ago. Great guy. We have an absolute wonderful time when we go there. Me and him, I mean, I've taught him some stuff, and most of the time he's teaching me, but I have had the opportunity to teach him a thing or 2. Okay, that's good to know, Mike. I'd like to see that information. I'll definitely read it. I love reading about new things, all the history. I mean, there's a lot of people don't realize. I was just seeing somebody did a video. I think it's JD, or yeah, I think it's JD's Varieties, and he was saying that YouTube censored him because he showed a belt buckle that had as everyone recognizes it as, is a swastika. And it's like, people don't realize what that symbol actually is. I've sold tokens with the swastika on it, and I am like, I'm sorry, it's my personal opinion that the history needs to be told. People need to know about the history. Granted, Hitler did a bad thing, but it wasn't all of Germany, and that swastika didn't do one thing to nobody. I mean, it's just a symbol, and in Hindu, Chinese, I think it's Mongolia, a lot of them, they still consider it a very, very spiritual, I mean, religious symbol. That it's just amazing, the ignorance of some people. And that's what I consider it, ignorance, because they see it, and, oh my, you're putting this, are you kidding me? Do you know what it means? It's just a shame. And today we live in the 21st century with all the modern technology, and you've got literally any kind of information you want right at your fingertips. And see, Joe, that's ridiculous, because I mean, really, a lot of people don't know that swastika, I believe, was all the way back into ancient Egypt. You're right, Mike. You're absolutely right. Ignorance of history, and that was the one thing I know more history today from coins. I mean, even when I started when I was 14, when I really got into it and I started reading, I knew more about, I mean, my history grades in school went up for the simple fact of what I knew. And there's some things that I would take, and well, I also got in trouble because there's things I learned in the coin hobby that the teacher would say, no, this didn't. It was like, no, that ain't what happened. I seen the paperwork. I looked at the actual paperwork that's, sometimes you get to see that stuff whenever you're doing research because I've been a member of the ANA for a while. Hello, Brian Hooper. Welcome to the show. Wasn't planning on being on that long, to be honest. I just got on to show people a few varieties I gotten today from the local coin store. But yeah, I've gotten in trouble at school because I took and the teacher was trying to. I feel it's a problem, or teachers are no longer teaching like they're supposed to, in my opinion. And I seen it in my own schools as I was growing up. I think they started back in I would say back in maybe the 60s, even though I didn't get in on that. But surely when I was going to school up in the 70s, I seen them not teaching, but giving opinions. I mean, sure, there was a lot of the teachers back then that I think they were firm in the fact that they didn't want to go that way. They were old school. But I've seen a lot of teachers that were just voicing their opinion, and it sort of made me upset. Well, it pissed me off. But I took in today's teachers. My goodness, it's like, you know what? Stop giving your opinion and go back to teaching. Reading, writing, arithmetic. That's all they should allow in the schools. Heck with the rest of that stuff. I mean, until you get to college. When you get to college, then it's your own choice. You're an adult by then. But that all goes off of because of the swastika. But the point I was trying to make is the YouTube had censored him because he had a belt buckle that has swastika on it, and the content is good, and he's describing I mean, like I say, used to be a good luck charm on Boy Scouts. So, right, Mike. Right, and that's just it, Joe Durbin. There should be no interpretation. There should be no interpretation. So that's my personal opinion. Again, I say reading, writing, arithmetic. I took in when the internet was first on, maybe 2, 3 years strong, and it started populating. I remember they had a test on there. Can you take the 8th grade exam from I think it was 1860 or 70? And I looked at it, and quite honestly, I would have never passed it by today's standards. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but they were asking questions that today's kids are not ever taught. Like, what's the average amount of apples in a bushel? I mean, that's what they were teaching back then. But I mean, that was important back then, I assume. And they were questions like that was time stamped for that era. If you lived back then, I'm certain you would have taken and needed to know that information. Today we don't, and we're not taught that. And I don't know that we ever would be. But so yeah, I couldn't pass it. But still, I was able to read what I could see that was for that even worked up to modern days. They were some pretty tough questions for 8th grade. But I was told back then 8th grade was the equivalent of darn near college today. If you made it to the 8th grade back in the old West days or era, you was one of the elite, actually. So that was pretty cool. But there's your my teaching lesson. That I'll leave the teaching up to Ken Peavy. He does it a whole lot better than me. You know what, Mike? I've been amazed at some of these kids today. But you know what, Mike? It may come back down to what I just said about, I couldn't tell you how many apples it takes to approximately to make a bushel. I mean, would you? I mean, and maybe some people know it, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying but I just couldn't. So, again, it's a timed. It was a time era test, and today, you know what the sad part is we are getting away from the regular clocks, and they don't need to. They've got digital. Is it good or bad? I've been trying to change. I mean, I got into the computers. It took me a while. I remember I took and refused to get a cell phone. Now, hell, I can't even live without it. Well, there you go, Mike. You know more than me. My hat's off to you because I had no clue, and I promise you, you ask me next week, I probably still won't remember it because I have no use for it. Now, if you ask me how many pennies are in a roll, how many nickels, how many dimes, how many quarters, how many halves, how many dollars, I can probably tell you that stuff. And there's other things today that I need, I can read a tape measure. Even the little itty bitty lines in between, I can read them all. Not a lot of people can do that today, especially these young kids. I mean, try that on a kid. I've got a friend who's he's a what is that? CPC programmer or whatever, where they make those fancy things out of the. He's got a program in the stuff to make metal parts, and this kid can translate a like 1/6 into numbers. But I mean, and I'm not just talking like 1/6. I'm talking about 1/274. He knows all those things. They need to be able to read scales. It is a common tool. Well, you'd be surprised at how many people I've had work for me in construction that couldn't read a tape measure, at least when they first started. CNC, thank you very much, Joe Durbin. That's exactly what it is. I just couldn't remember it. In fact, he's the one I want to help tomorrow put a disposal in his mom's house, a food disposer. I guess hers went bad, but I put in plenty of them. He said, I know it's only 2 wires. I was like, well, you just made that mistake because there's 3, but okay, we'll get her fixed. Don't worry about it. Unless his mom's got a real old house, and I think she's got an updated one. Seems to me I've been in there, and she does have the ground wires. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. This may be very controversial. I say we do away with all the warning labels. Let Mother Nature take its course. That's mean, isn't it? I know I learned a long, long time ago, they got those plugs for the wall outlets and stuff. I remember a long time ago when I was just a young pup, I took and stuck a fork in there one time. That's all it took. I remember one time I had to touch that stove to make certain it was hot. Because I thought my mom was lying, I guess. But it only took one time. It's just, today. Looking at a picture can hurt your feelings, and that's a no-no in today's society. It's like, oh boy. Not really what? Oh, I'm not certain what not really is about. Maybe I said something that I'm not certain what you're talking about there, Mike. As far as the not really. You never stuck a fork or something in an electrical outlet when you was young? I know I did. Did that one time, Mike. I had to learn my lesson. That string cuts off just like somebody took a scissor to it, I promise you. Something about the body that helps you along the way right there. And it's in slow motion. See, Joe's been there, yeah. I mean, that was the fun of growing up, man. I remember taking and playing in the mud eating the worm, maybe eating a live goldfish, for a dare. I double dare you. That's it, Mike. One time. That's all it took. Never plan on doing it again. If I do, I promise you, it will be on accident. And I don't know, I think semi-consciously I think about that. But like I said, you know what, looking back, guys, those are the good old days. I mean, I live to tell about it. I don't know. Yeah, I remember one time, guys, we was up at a farm and we had electric fence, and it wasn't like I really wasn't paying attention. It was late at night. We just worked the fields and stuff. And working on a farm, I'm certain if either one of you has done it, you get tired and you're sleeping as you're walking. And I'm sitting there. I don't remember exactly what we was doing. I think we was getting ready to go out. I just took and we was going to go out a gate, and I said, well, I'll just stand on the back of the truck, and I'll open the gate when we get to it. Well, I wasn't paying no attention. They took and they had to back up to turn around, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Butthead brother-in-law of mine, and if you're watching, Tiny, bite me. He took and he backed right up. And he's taking his time, and I wasn't paying no attention. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there holding the truck, and just thinking he's taking his time, being cautious about backing up, because I knew there was fence posts and stuff behind us. Nah, he was backing up, and he got that daggone electric fence right on the back of my legs, and man, it lit me up 2 or 3 times. Mike, I absolutely, positively agree with you. That's another thing. We played in the creeks. I'm certain they weren't the cleanest back in the 60s, 70s, but we played in the creeks. We played in the mud, the dirt. We took in all kinds of stuff that we did that you're right. We got sick every now and then. The older I got, the less I got sick. And you know what? I took and I really think it's helped me to stay pretty healthy my entire life. Getting a little older, I got a few bumps and bruises from my own making, I feel. Well, we have fireworks going off, or Al-Qaeda's taking and bombing our park because they have a festival in the park today, and I hear the fireworks going off. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you, Mike. I think that playing around in the dirt, I absolutely think that helped our immune system. Oh my goodness, I can't think of all the things that I've done that I think helped my immune system. Oh yeah, I got energized by that fence, that's for sure. Like I say, and I learned a lesson back then that they pulse. See, I didn't know that they pulsed. I found that out. That mother took and hit me about 3 times, and I'm climbing up over the fence. And I was gonna break the fence. I didn't care. Whenever it was on the downswing, and those pulses are pretty quick. Yeah, Joe. Like I said, you know what? I'm not certain how old you guys are, but my goodness, we had an absolute. I don't know about you. I had a fun time. Everyone's talking about these kids with this here problem to where they say that they don't sit still and stuff. I said, you know what? I said, neither did I. I was a young man. I was a young kid growing up. I had tons of energy. I said, we just happen to have a great big forest or a creek or a mud puddle, and we went out and we got rid of that energy all day long. I mean, we was constantly moving. We didn't sit down. I couldn't imagine me wanting to sit down in front of a computer and just play games all day like I see my grandchildren doing. It's like, really? You want to go outside? No, it's too hot. No, it's too cold. No, it's too this. No, it's too that. No, it's raining outside. Okay, what's the problem with rain? Heck, I remember going out. I wanted to run out in the rain, take my shirt off and get in a pair of shorts. Sometimes it would just be my skibbies, and let's go. Take my shoes off and run, run, run. Make a mudslide, or heck, slide down a hill. You could have a blast for hours. Your family or your parents would usually get a little upset because you made a mudslide down the hill, but give it a week, it'll grow back. Mike, I took, and I would have graduated in 76. It's a little bit of a story. I don't know. I wish somebody would take and help me with it, but I had a friend who's a doctor. He actually works for the Ohio Department of Corrections. He tried to help me because I had told him, "Hey there, blockhead, how are you? We're just chatting right now." But I had taken, and I was supposed to graduate in 76. And the reason I was supposed to is because and I lived in Cincinnati, and the school I lived in was literally considered one of the worst schools in the country at that time. Bloom Junior High, look it up. And it was in Cincinnati, Ohio. But I took and I skipped a lot. So I took, and believe it or not, I only went in during test days, took my test. I ended up passing that year. I went up to West Virginia to live, and when I went to West Virginia, a few of my friends, I'd already taken, well, a few of my friends took and they were in a grade higher than me. So when I went to school, I was ahead of my paperwork, and I told the teacher, "Hey, I'm supposed to be in this grade," which was a grade higher than I was supposed to be in. I was supposed to be in the 7th, and I went to the 8th. And he took it, and they said okay, and they put me in, and I took in about 2 or 3 months later. I was doing great. My scores were high. I was getting passing grades and everything. And I'll never forget the principal come up, knocked on the door, teacher let him in. He said, "Mr. Lawson." And right there and then I knew what happened. I knew just the look on his face said, he got the paperwork. And we went to the office, and he says, "Okay." He said, "Listen," he said, "I want to be straight up with you." He said, "I know you lied to me." He said, "And I should, by all rights, put you back in the 7th grade." He said, "But," he said, "you are getting good grades. I went through all your records." He said, "Stay out of trouble all year. Continue to get passing grades." He said, "And I'm going to let this go." And so I jumped ahead a year. Only for about a year and a half later, I ended up taking, and in the 9th grade, I went to a different school because it was a high school. I went to a different school, and they ended up taking, and my sister had her child, and when she had her child, she took and well, that year I was really busting my butt, and I wanted to get a lot of extra credit, and I was trying to get out to where I wanted to take and have 10th, 11th, and 12th pretty much free. And I had a full schedule, and I had taken in when my sister had her baby. She had to have a cesarean, and I was off school for 3 days for her cesarean birth for her child. I had to watch her first child, and they ended up, back then they had a rule: if you miss 3 days, they're unexcused, you fail no matter what your grades are. And that year I found out the news. I had great grades, but I ended up failing. I was a little upset, but summer was there, and I was too busy going out having a good time. Went back to school the next year, and there was about a dozen high school kids that were in the 12th grade. The same thing had happened to them. And this one guy, he was really smart, and he was protesting it. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to join him. I mean, here I am, 16 years old. Why not? And I had taken, and when I had when I was sitting there protesting, the principal, or vice principal, I'm sorry, vice principal, come out, and he was explaining the rules, this, that, and the other. And he took and he told me, he says, or not me, but he told the other kids, because I was just the youngest of them all. He said, "Listen, you guys either get your butt," and he used stronger language in that, "back in this school, or I'm going to suspend you for 3 days. If I suspend you 3 days, that'll be 3 unexcused absences. You will come back for another year." And I took and I thought that was very unfair. And I took and I literally told the vice principal, I said, "F you." And I turned around and walked away. And same day got me a job, but I got me a job at my mommy's restaurant. And I started washing dishes. I've been back and I've taken and got my GED. I passed it with no problem, but I've also went into some other schooling, advanced schooling, but that was my career. And my doctor friend said that he didn't believe me, yada, yada, yada. So he sent paperwork to West Virginia to get my school records. They sent a letter back saying, "We're sorry, but in our move, we lost your records." So, oh well. Virginia held me back a year because I was born in October. My one sister had that problem. I had a sister with the absolute same problem. She should have been 2 years ahead of me. She was 1 year ahead of me. But now that's my middle sister. She failed a couple grades, and I ended up passing her in school. That's another reason why I did so good in school. I had two older sisters, and I used to always help them with her homework. And a lot of kids thought that I was one of them. I don't know. I would go there and I didn't have to study. I could take it. I'd learn it the year before for my sisters. I wouldn't study. I'd play around during the day and just goof off and stuff. And I would pass all the tests and things. And they used to get really, eh. Yeah, guys, listen, Joe. You have a great night too, but I'm gonna get off here. I can't believe it. I've been sitting here bullshitting with you guys for an hour and a half. Blockhead, it was good seeing you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate everyone stopping by. If you rerun this, the first few minutes of it, you'll see some of my finds that I got at the coin store today. They will be at an auction coming your way. This Friday coming up, I will be doing an auction. I'll let you know within the next couple of days if I'm going to do it on this channel or if I'm going to do it on CoinOp. I think I want to do it on CoinOp again, so it'll be CoinOp Friday, 8 o'clock. So, hey, Mike, I can understand that. But listen, I'm going to get off here, guys. You have a nice evening. Take care. As always, happy hunting, and I'll catch you on the next stream. Later.